Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And welcome to Ramadan Reflections for 2020. Today, being the 28th day of the blessed month of Ramadan, we want to review the topic of the wasteful profligate. And we'll be reflecting on verse number 31 of Surah Al-A'raf, chapter number 7, in which Allah says the following: Ya Bani Adam, khudu zinatakum 'inda kulli masjidin wa kulu washrabu wa la tusrifu. Innahu la yuhibbul musrifin. O children of Adam, put on your adornment on every occasion of prayer, and eat and drink, but do not waste. Indeed, he does not like the wasteful. Now this verse rounds off the discussion of the descent of Prophet Adam and his wife Eve, peace be upon both of them, and some of the things which Allah had instructed them both when they began their life here on earth. Now in the previous verses, which we won't review all of them, but you can go through the Quran and refer to them in your own spare time, Allah told them both that they would be relegated to earth, and that this would be their abode for a provision for a set amount of time. Therein on the earth would they live, they would die, and they would be raised back up again on the day of judgment. In latter verses, Allah then told them that He has provided clothing which humanity are to use, not only to cover their body, to cover their private parts, but also as a means of beautification. Now from this point is where Allah then speaks to the children of Adam, Bani Adam, meaning humanity. As all of us, black, white, wherever in the world we're born, whatever religion we follow, we all come from one source, Adam and Eve, peace be upon them both. He tells them to make use of the clothing, the food, the drink which He has provided to us, but we must ensure that we do not exceed the limits, that we do not go and waste. Now, although there is a lengthy discussion in terms of why Allah begins by addressing all of humanity through the call of, O children of Adam, Ya Bani Adam, but then He speaks specifically about the masjid, which as we know could be a reference to either the time or a place of prayers. In any case, the first command in this verse is in regards to our adornment, the beautification which we are encouraged to use during the times of prayer and communion to Allah. Not only the physical adornment such as wearing nice, clean clothing, combing our hair, men combing their beard, using perfume, using cologne to smell good, but also the spiritual clothing, the traits of being a decent, morally sound, upright human being, carrying out all actions which God expects from us with sincerity towards our Creator. Unfortunately, even today we see many Muslims who don't really take this verse to heart. They come to the house of Allah for worship in a bad state, both in a physical state, very bad, and a spiritual state, which is arguably much worse even. People who come to the mosque with dirty clothing, with torn, ripped, inappropriate clothing with pictures, shirts with pictures on it. People who haven't bathed or perfumed themselves, or after eating smelly food, onions, garlic, such things like this. These are all things we experience today in many communities, or maybe even certain communities. And obviously worse than this is the bad attitude which some Muslims have when they come to the house of Allah, when they come to the mosque or the house of worship, and how they treat other believers as if they are, they're the focal point in the mosque. Allah then reminds humanity that they have been given the right to make use of the gifts of Allah in their daily lives. We're allowed to eat and drink whatever God has provided to us, obviously with the exception of the impermissible. However, there is another condition, which is that we do not indulge in excess and wastage, that we be moderate in what we consume. The word which Allah uses for wastage is israf. And this word actually has a vast meaning in Arabic, and it can include any kind of non-essential overindulgence and lavishness, whether this be in the quantity or the quality, or in any other way possible. Today wastefulness of both food, of drink, of the the resources that God has given us, This is one of the major issues and challenges that we have come to face in this 21st century. The depleting of the earth of its resources, the addition of our carbon emission footprint, and obviously we subjugate the peoples in the third world to inhumane working conditions, and many other evils that we indulge in our many times frivolous lives. This is not sustainable. We can't continue to destroy the environment and humanity. And if we want to be those whom Allah loves, we need to stop this. We need to take a step back and see what it is that we're doing and to rectify our ways. To conclude for today, although Islam has encouraged its followers to look nice, to eat good, to live good lives, when we study the life of the Prophet, we see that he would actually spend more money on smelling good than he would on food. We see that the Prophet also encouraged his followers to do the same in their lives. However, we also have to realize and balance that with the Quranic teachings, which are concerned with wastage, and the life of the Prophet, which was also concerned with wastage. We must be careful to maintain balance in everything we do, including our consumption habits, because Allah does not love those who indulge in wastefulness. We conclude on this blessed day of the month of Ramadan and ask our Creator to continue to bless us, to favor us, to give us the ability to continue to fast and to pray and to read the Quran in these last few days and nights of the month of Ramadan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.